Last week, on the way home from school, my son, my sweet 6-year-old, my baby, told me that he had a girlfriend. This girlfriend is an older woman, having turned 8 already. He broke this news to me by telling me that he and this girl, Rose, were going to get married. They were going to work as a veterinarian, her, and a doctor, him, and that Rose was afraid of having babies cut out of her. He then asked me if he had been cut out of me. Deep breaths. I had no labor and delivery with him myself, vaginal or otherwise. My son was the result of gestational surrogacy. I was able to sit back and observe calmly while our surrogate delivered him. Well, and if you believe that sentence, I have a few other things I can sell you. It was time. It was time to have the talk with him about how he had come to be. We hadn't intended on keeping it a secret, absolutely not at all. But sometimes there isn't a simple opening or hallmark card for this type of conversation. We had blown it up in our minds and to take on epic qualities. How would he react? Later that evening, we brought up the topic again. I gently told him, trying to use simple language, that he had not been in my belly because it didn't work, and that another wonderful woman had carried him for us. We waited for his reaction. "Oh, okay," he replied. "Can I have ice cream now?" I asked him how he felt about this information, and he placed his still baby-soft hand on my stomach. "Mommy, are you still broken?" Broken. Yes, I am still broken. My reproductive organs don't work and never will. My son is our miracle child, made possible by the kindness of a stranger who carried him. I never wanted only one child. I grew up as an only child. I didn't have a miserable childhood, but I felt lonely, and I was envious of my friends with siblings. Maybe I would have been more socially competent with a sibling. Maybe I wouldn't feel so alone in the world. Maybe I would be a different person. The possibilities of what might have been are endless. While I have one child, I also have 5 frozen siblings for him. Well, siblings isn't quite the correct word. We have 5 frozen embryos, 5 bits of potential. In the infertility community, we call them frosties. Or my personal favorite, totsicles. It is amazing to have any embryos to freeze, and I have 5 after a horrible IVF cycle in which it seemed I'd be fortunate to create any embryos. These are embryos created from barely 31-year-old me and gave us our son, our only son. I'm very close to 39 now. We receive the bill for cryopreservation of our embryos annually. We don't talk about it, but pay it automatically every year. Our other options are to destroy them, to donate or adopt them out to other families, or to allow them to be used for research. We can't do any of that yet. We always wanted more than one child, but circumstances made that difficult. Having a second child would require a major financial outlay as well as significant changes in our lives. Are we too old for that? Are we too old for bottles and nightly feedings, for daycare costs, for potty training? For all the energy and money infancy and toddlerhood require? And what about my career and increasing responsibility? And what about the child we already have and his needs, his future? I'd like to say we could swing it, but I feel tired. I am tired. We are in a groove and our sweet boy is more independent every day. We know the answer, but we keep kicking that can further down the road. When I let myself think about it, I get angry. I feel like I was robbed of choices when it came to family building and that the choices we had were difficult and came with heavy implications. There is a part of me that still simmers with resentment and anger. Why us? Why did this have to be our reality? Very few of us realize the lives we hope to have. Regardless of what our dreams were, reality slaps us in the face. We are obligated to nothing, and our notion of control is an illusion. I need to bottle my resentment and anger, my caustic bitterness, and put it away. Yes, we were dealt a shitty hand reproductively, but what can you do? We did what we could. We rolled the dice and won once. Nothing guarantees that we would win again. I have one son, and he is wonderful. He is sweet, bright, energetic, and sentimental. He is exhausting, argumentative, and stubborn. He is everything I wished and hoped for and so much more. Instead of lingering on what I can't change, I need to focus on what I do have. My son tells me that he and his future wife plan to name my future grandchild Sprinkle. I smile. It's nice to have plans, but I've learned that it is wise to plan in pencil.